Hi everyone, I hope you guys are healthy and well. Today I'm going to make cinnamon rolls. I like cinnamon rolls from some stores here, but sometimes they put too much icing on the cinnamon rolls. I like my cinnamon rolls to have less or not too much icing. So that's why I'm going to make it myself so I can control how much icing I want to put on the cinnamon rolls. And also, I'm going to make the cinnamon rolls without using my mixer. I know some people don't have the mixer that comes with the hook attachment to knead the dough for making bread. So I'm gonna show you how to make the cinnamon rolls without using mixer. It is very possible and it's still gonna be good. But if you want to use your mixer, go ahead, use it. It's gonna take faster, but then you're gonna have to wash your mixer afterwards. All right, to make cinnamon roll, we will need bread flour. I was so lucky when I went to the grocery stores a few days ago that I actually found bread flour. It's been out for a long time. But if you don't have bread flour, you can use all-purpose flour, but the texture of your cinnamon roll is probably gonna be a little bit heavier than if you are using bread flour. All right, so we need bread flour, we need sugar, half cup, we need 250 milliliters of milk. I'm using whole milk because this is from the refrigerator, so I will need to heat it in the microwave to make it warm, not hot, because if it's hot then you're gonna kill the yeast. And then you will need yeast, 1 packet of yeast. This is 7 grams. I normally use a different brand, but this is the only brand that I found. Should be fine. We'll need 1 teaspoon of salt and 2 eggs. Make sure they're room temperature. Also butter, I'm using unsalted butter, also room temperature. So I will need 5.5 tablespoons. I'm gonna cut it later, 5.5, and you're gonna use the rest for the filling. All right. And for the filling, you are going to need brown sugar and cinnamon, of course. It's not cinnamon roll if you're not using cinnamon. All right, so you will need half cup of brown sugar and 2 teaspoons of ground cinnamon. So I'm gonna heat up my milk to make it warm, not hot. So first I'm going to mix my brown sugar with ground cinnamon, so I don't have to do it later. Half cup. And 2 teaspoons of ground cinnamon. All right, and I only need to mix it together. Now I'm gonna put this aside. My milk is ready here. 1 minute is actually just a little bit too long, so I'm gonna let it sit a little bit before I add the yeast, okay? Meanwhile, I'm going to measure my flour. I will need 3 cups and 2 tablespoons of flour, and I'm going to sieve it first, as usual. All right, I'm gonna put away my flour first. Okay, I'm gonna sieve my flour. By the way, do you notice my mat? This is not new. I have this since long time ago, probably more than 10 years ago. I just somehow found it in my pantry when I was looking for pants. So yeah, this is big enough, so I'm gonna use this mat to knead my dough. Okay, flour's ready. Now I'm going to activate my yeast. All right, I'm gonna add a little bit of milk here, and then we're going to check if the yeast is still good. And I'm gonna add some warm milk, and then I'm going to add some sugar from the half cup. Just take 1 teaspoon into the cup. The reason why I do not use all of this milk, because what if my yeast is dead already? So I'm gonna throw away the whole 250 milliliter of milk, right? I don't want to do that. So that's why I just use a little bit. Now the yeast, and then just stir it. So the sugar is to feed the yeast. That's it. I'm gonna let it sit for 5 to 8 minutes. It should actually foamy if your yeast is good. If it doesn't foam, it doesn't rise, it means your yeast is dead. Okay, then you have to get a new one. All right, take a look. It's foamy, right? So it means my yeast is good. We just need to combine everything here, okay? I'm gonna add my 5.5 tablespoons of unsalted butter. Okay, and keep the rest for later. Don't put it back in the refrigerator, okay? You're gonna need it to for the filling later. And then I'm going to break 2 eggs. Into a different cup or bowl. And then I'm gonna just whisk it a little bit. Okay, put it inside. Sugar. And then 1 teaspoon of salt. All right, did I put everything? Oh, and milk. All right. Now I need to mix them all together. And then make a well in the middle, and then add the yeast. Okay. I'm gonna scrape it. All right. Okay. Now, all right. Now I'm gonna use my hands to knead the dough. By the way, I washed my hands already. If you do not want to use your hands, then you're gonna need to knead it with your stand mixer. All right. Put away everything first. All right. Okay, so I have with me extra flour here to spread on my mat because it's gonna be sticky. Okay, so I'm going to do it now. I'm going to move this dough onto my mat. All right, so I need some flour here. And I'm gonna move it on my mat. Just get the, so I'm gonna get my dough scraper here. Okay. When you see your dough sticky like this, don't be nervous, okay? It is normal. You know, that's why you need extra flour. You're gonna need it when you're kneading your dough. Will be easier if I work on the straight on my countertop, getting less and less sticky. You know what? I'm going to clean my countertop. I can't take it anymore. This is just too annoying. Using this, so I'm gonna clean my countertop a little bit, okay? All right. Some flour. Okay, way easier. Ah, how annoying. Okay, you see? All right, see? And it's form a ball. I'm gonna try to stretch it. It should not rip easily. Well, it will rip eventually if you keep stretching, but not that easy. You see? All right, this is stretchy. All right, it took more than 10 minutes somehow. With my flour, I had some good exercise here. All right, so I'm gonna keep my dough in a mixing bowl. I don't want to get sticky later, so I'm gonna add just a little bit oil in my bowl. Okay, now I'm gonna put my dough into this mixing bowl. All right, and I'm going to cover with plastic wrap tightly. Okay, so this is my dough looks like inside of the bowl. I'm gonna cover with a towel. So now I just need to let it sit for 45 minutes to 2 hours to let it grow, expand, double size. After 45 or 1 hour, I'm gonna check. All right? Okay, it's an hour already. Let's check. It looks like it is double size already. Okay. This is how I check. So I push with my finger and then it stay. It's not bouncing back, okay? So it stay like this. So it means this dough has raised enough, all right? Okay, so I'm gonna just sponge my dough. You see, my dough doesn't stick in the bowl because I put oil. All right, so I'm gonna knead it again for a little bit. Okay, it's very stretchy and not sticky at all. You notice? All right, this is good. So now I'm going to cut in two. I can actually just roll out, make a big rectangle, but I'm gonna just divide it into two equal size to make it easy for me to roll out the dough. Okay, so leave this one inside of the bowl again and then cover. Let it sit while I'm working on this dough. All I need to do is to roll out this dough into rectangle shape. Now I need to spread the butter on the roll out dough. Remember to use a soft butter for this to make it easy for you to spread the butter, okay? Okay, I'm gonna sprinkle with the cinnamon and brown sugar mixture. Just need to spread it. Right, now I'm gonna roll my dough. Long way, okay? Move it. Pinch the seam. So it looks like this. All right. Okay. I'm gonna put this one here. Now I'm gonna use this wrap that still has butter to grease my pan. I'm using 9-inch round pan here. I'm gonna use two. Okay, now I need to cut this roll. I can cut it with a knife, but I rather cut it with floss, okay? With dental floss. But this dental floss doesn't have taste. Unflavored dental floss. I'm gonna start by slicing the end. Okay, the end's gonna go here. This is the other end. Okay, now I'm not gonna measure anymore. It's approximately a 1.5 centimeter. Okay, You see, look like this. Okay. We want to arrange it in a pan, not touching each other if possible, or barely touching if it's not possible, not to touch each other, okay? All right, you see, this one has 7 and this one has 8 somehow. I don't know how it's possible. Anyway, this one I'm going to cover with plastic wrap for tomorrow's breakfast. I'm not going to bake it now, but for tomorrow, okay? So all I need to do, I just need to cover tightly with plastic wrap here. And I'm going to put it in the refrigerator, okay? No more than 24 hours, okay? So I'm gonna bake it tomorrow morning anyway. It's gonna be way less than 24 hours. You do not wanna put this the dough in the refrigerator for more than 24 hours. But then, tomorrow morning, you have to take it out from the refrigerator like 2 or 3 hours before you wanna bake it to let it rise again. All right, now I'm going to work on the glaze. So I'm gonna use like half a stick here. Okay, so half stick, it means like 4 tablespoons. And then cream cheese. I'm using this brand, Philadelphia. We always use this one. Okay, this one I'm gonna just use 2 ounces. You see the line here? There's a line, so the second line is 2 ounces. Okay. All right. So about the same amount actually, the butter and the cream cheese. And then we need confectioner sugar or powdered sugar. A 1/4 cup of powdered sugar or confectioner sugar, because I do not want it too sweet. All right, see? That's it. By the way, if you do not want to use cream cheese for the glaze, for the icing, you can just make with butter and sugar, and instead of cream cheese, you can use milk. All right? And then with some vanilla extract, if you do not want to use the cream cheese. All right, now I need to mix it. I forgot vanilla extract here. I'm gonna add a pinch of salt and half teaspoon of vanilla extract. There you go. I'm glad I remember. Scrape the side. It's good. It's not too sweet. It's yummy. Okay. It doesn't need to take too long. I think it is already incorporated. I didn't make a lot because I do not want a lot. Okay, I'm gonna move it to the smaller bowl so I can wash my mixing bowl. So this is the dough that I kept in the refrigerator yesterday. I took it out this morning like 2.5 hours ago. You see that the dough has risen again. growing. So this is what we want to see before it goes into the oven. All right, so I'm preheating my oven now to 350 degrees Fahrenheit, and then I will put this cinnamon rolls into the oven. Fresh baked cinnamon roll looks beautiful. All right, so this icing, the glaze, I took out from the refrigerator also for the same amount of time, like 2.5 hours, and then I whisk it again until it looks pale and fluffy, and then I added a little bit of milk to loosen it, just probably like 2 teaspoons, just to loosen it, you know, to reach the consistency that I wanted. Okay, it's very easy to make. It's based on my taste, based on what I like. If you like it sweet, then add more confectioner sugar. For me and my husband, we don't like it too sweet, so that's why I only use a 1/4 cup of confectioner sugar. All right, now I'm going to glaze my cinnamon roll. You see, the good thing with making your cinnamon roll yourself, then you can control how much sweetness do you want and how much icing you want on your cinnamon rolls, right? I don't like too much icing on the cinnamon rolls. Okay, that's it. It's ready. Now I'm going to try my fresh baked cinnamon rolls. This is very soft. Like I said, the ratio for the cream cheese and the sugar is also perfect. It's not too sweet for me. And then what's most important, this is fresh baked. Nothing can beat fresh baked cinnamon roll. So if you want a really fresh baked cinnamon roll, you have to make it yourself. And remember, before you bake the cinnamon rolls, you have to let it sit to proof it again, to let it rise again. It probably just take 10 minutes. Unless you take it out from the refrigerator, it would take 2 or 3 hours before you put it into the oven. And then you can enjoy this really good cinnamon rolls. I hope you try making it yourself. You know, the whole house smells like cinnamon rolls.
This is really good.